In this lesson, I'm going to be talking about installing and configuring WAMP on a Windows machine. Let's open up a web browser, and we'll do a simple search for WAMP, or you can go directly to wampserver.com. Select this, click on Downloads, and choose one of these two. Now, probably you're going to want to choose the 32-bit version. But if you're certain you want the 64-bit version, you can go ahead and download that one too. Go ahead and enter your email address and fill out the form if you'd like to. Click Send and it'll start your download. If you're on Internet Explorer, it may pop up like this and you can click Run or Save. I'm going to press Save. Now once this is finished downloading, go ahead and press View Downloads and Run and Yes. Basically, whatever you need to do to get this set up to run on Windows. Now, once you have the setup running, just go ahead and click through it. I'm personally going to choose to install my version of WAMP on this second drive here, FWAMP. You can install it wherever you want. Probably the best place to install it is the C drive. We'll click Next. I'm going to create a desktop icon, and I'll press Install. All right, now that that's done, it's asking us for the default browser. If you're not sure, just press Open. It'll choose Internet Explorer probably. Now here we want Windows Firewall to not block anything. So we're going to allow Apache HTTP server to communicate on both of these types of networks. And we'll press Allow Access. Now here it's asking us about how we want to configure PHP mail parameters. If you want, you can configure those. For the purposes of this class, I'm just going to click Next, and I'm going to click Launch WAMP Server 2 Now, Finish, and Yes. Now down here, we have WAMP Server running. Let's click on it, and let's choose Start All Services. So let's click down here, and let's click WAMP, and we'll say Put Online. Now it says Server Online when we hover over it. Let's give it a shot. In Internet Explorer or any web browser, go to localhost. And sure enough, it loads up our web server. Now let's go ahead and open up a folder, and we're going to go to our computer, whatever drive we installed it on, and then WAMP. Inside of here, we have a number of folders. This folder, the www folder, is where all of our files that are being served are going to go. So if we go in there, we have index.php and testmysql.php. So if I go to testmysql.php, it will serve up that file. Ignore all these warnings, they're MySQL warnings. The point is, it is successfully serving up this file. What this means is, if you put your working files folder inside of this www folder, you'll be able to get to all of your files by going to localhost / and then your working files folder, whatever that's called, / and then the lesson number, and then a / and then the file name. That's how you'll be accessing all of the files that we'll be working on during the lessons. Now throughout all of the lessons, I'll be going to localhost :8888. If you're on a Windows machine and you have WAMP configured the way I just configured it, and localhost without the 8888 works, that means you don't need to put :8888. Ultimately, it all comes down to how you configure your local web server. So go ahead and try that out, and you should end up with a local server running on your box. So that's it for this lesson.